I see. You began to react to good music. I am so delighted for you. I wouldn't even ask if you isolated the virus that caused it. It's for you. Jake, will you please read it before you sign it? I cut down your request by 80,000 and increased your rotation schedule by 5 hours per resident.
This is half of what I asked for and almost twice the workload.
I was chief of my department once, too.
I am dying. I am dying.
Listen to this.
Marcy Touré. 17 practice tapes. Made during the 17 months of progressively deteriorating muscle control. And Harlow Granger still insists it's multiple sclerosis.
He's got on record against a myelogram.
My resident has built a strong case for a tumor.
It took us 5 years to get Granger to join our staff. That resident begged to come in the door just to learn from men like Granger.
You know what I think the trouble is? Time. If Granger had seen her a few weeks after his original diagnosis, before she went to Europe, I'll bet he'd have found his mistake and admitted it. But all that time, Janice, you've seen Linder and his wife. The bitterness between them is like something evil. She's in shock. He paces like a man who's caged. And now, 2 years later, how could any doctor look at two people in that state and say, sorry, I made a mistake in judgment?
Now you're defending Granger.
I'm defending myself. No doctor should have to see the results of a terminal diagnosis.
I can't play. I can't play.
Not many men could face the possibility they'd wrecked a life needlessly. I'm not sure I could.
You seem to be living with the fact of what you're doing to my life. Jake, you forgot to sign this appropriation. Jake!
You hear that, Leonard? You hear how much worse I become each session?
Now, that was a professional opinion, indicating you had suffered progressive deterioration. Multiple sclerosis usually does not act that way. We must assume there's a tumor present. And we must proceed with a contrast dye myelogram.
Do you even understand why I say no to just one more test? Wheeled into a room, the smiling faces, the equipment. Certain that this one is going to end up just like all the others, but unable to keep my spirits down. It's not self-pity, Doctor. I admire those patients of yours that are still fighting. I am beyond that. In my fashion, I have learned to live with death. It's the hope that's killing me.
Forget it, Doctor. Thanks for your trouble. Let's go. Between the liquor and the drugs, you won't last a year anyway. We'll just stare it out. We'll stay together, you and I. And I'll wait and watch, knowing every time you stumble, every spoon you drop will be freeing your keeper, like a clock ticking off the end of our nightmare. And I will win. And you will watch me, and you will know that I am winning.
Do it! Do it! I have to be rid of him.
It took guts.
Did it? I bet you what I said is what I really feel.
Send a memo to Milan. I know they're giving me the pasta on the gate receipts for the last 4 pictures. And if I've got to go over there to prove it to them, they're going to be paddling a gondola up some Venetian canal.
And now, sweetheart, give us a few minutes.
The doctor is a very busy man.
Is business that important?
Business? What business? See the legs on that girl? I was trying to keep her in that chair.
Yeah, I saw. To tell you the truth, your wife's legs are better.
I've had a lot of chairs pulled up close to me, the way you just did yours. And it's usually to tell me something in confidence about someone else, or to tell me something in confidence about myself. It's terminal, isn't it?
There are always new techniques to deal with this sort of thing.
I asked you if it was terminal.
It is. We've gotten into a new area called chemotherapy, which looks very promising.
That's like spending the gate receipts on a hit before the public sees the picture. How long?
Six months.
Oh. I see. Pain?
Yes. But we can...
Yeah, I know. You can make it easier to bear.
We can give you a higher quality of life during that period.
How high? San Moritz next month. The picture I'm prepping in Tibet next year. There's also a 5-picture 10-year deal pending. I have to take an option on that. Can you extend it that high?
I'm sorry.
You should be. That secretary out there is costing me $15 an hour. Would you send her in, please? Come on, Marie, let's go. All right, call Rio and tell those sun worshippers to push that turkey we sold them. We wouldn't even see the money we spent on the negative. And then call Mexico City.